Hello and welcome into this second edition of the RNN Diecast Review Flashback Friday right here on Racing News Now. As always, I'm your host, Garth Allen. Thank you once again for joining me today. If this is your first time catching a Racing News Now video, consider going down below and hitting that subscribe button and ringing the bell for notifications so you don't miss a thing going forward from RNN. On today's Flashback Friday, as you can see in front of us, we are reviewing a Team Caliber Owner Series car. Of course, unfortunately, Team Caliber does not make diecasts anymore. Made some pretty good diecasts back in the day, so we are going to look at one of them right now. And we're taking a look at Ryan Newman's 2000 ARCA car, the 2000 number 27 Alltel Ford Taurus, nicknamed Faith. It's got a chassis number on here too, actually, PSC024. Alltel Racing, of course, Ryan running for Penske Racing in the ARCA Racing Series. It actually did come with an Alltel prepaid calling card, as you can see down here, with a 27-minute prepaid calling card. Obviously, it's not going to get you much anymore, but that does come with this car. It was made for Ryan's first ARCA victory on July 22nd, 2000. Not a raced version, but it is the car, the paint scheme that was used. So it doesn't have all the scuffs and rubber buildup and all that, but it is the paint scheme nonetheless. See, here down the side, one of 3,500 of these were made. On the side as well. Same thing here on the back, and same thing on the other side. All right, so what comes in the box? You get two different cards in here. The Certificate of Authenticity is just kind of like a little credit card sized thing. Limited edition owner series, just denoting that this was one of 3,500 of these made. And then if you want to take a look at it, here's the prepaid calling card that comes with it. It does have a picture of Ryan in the car. Now Speed has a voice, 27 minutes prepaid long distance. It says it expired on November 1st, 2002. So, yeah, not going to get you much anymore, but it is kind of cool nonetheless, because it does have the picture of Ryan and everything on it. So, let's take a look at the car. Of course, obviously, as we've already noted, Ryan running the 27 car in ARCA in 2000. So let's take a look at the car itself. Let's take a look under the hood. Let's see if we can get the hood open here. There we go. Alltel under the hood, and then look at the engine detail here. Pretty good engine detail, actually, for being such an old die-cast. Look at the nose here. Typical Ford Taurus nose for 2000 in the ARCA Racing Series. Alltel and Mobile One on the hood. Penske.com across the top of the windshield. 27 on the top. The roof flaps do function. And then nothing on the deck lid. We'll take a look inside the trunk here. A little bit of fuel cell detail in there for you to look at. Down the driver's side of the car. A few contingency sponsors here. 76 Fuel, of course, Hoosier Tires, Penske Racing, and some other contingency sponsors here. Mobile One down here. Ryan Newman. Across the name rail, a rubber window net. More sponsors here down the B post. Then we got Bosch, Alltel back here on the rear of the car. Take a look at the back bumper here. Hoosier on the spoiler. Alltel number 27 rookie stripes and Ford. And look down the passenger side. Looks relatively the same as the driver's side. All right, so that is your look at Ryan Newman's 2000 ARCA car, his first ARCA victory from July 22nd, 2000. The car that Team Caliber made. Team Caliber did make some cool cars back in the day. I do have a few Team Caliber cars in my collection that I'm sure we'll look at eventually. I never was the biggest fan of Team Caliber. I always thought Action made better cars than Team Caliber, but they're still decent cars nonetheless. And Team Caliber made a lot of cars that I don't think Action ever made. Like, obviously, as far as I'm aware, Action never made this car. So there's a lot of cars that Team Caliber made only. So you know, they're good enough. They're not quite, at least in my mind, they're not up to Action quality, but they've got enough quality that cars like this, I'm like, okay, you know, it's team caliber, I'm okay with that, and it's something cool like this. You're not going to get that anywhere else. So, and it's an ARCA car. I mean, not many of those get produced. We've already seen on the Diecast review the 3 Venturini Motorsports cars that got made for this 2018 season. The Michael Self Daytona win, Leilani Munter and Natalie Decker. And then there's a Thad Moffitt car coming as well eventually. So you don't get ARCA cars very often. I think 4 in 1 year actually for 2018 was a lot. So when you can find an ARCA car, it's actually a pretty cool find. I know they've made, there was a Ty Dillon one made at one point. There was one made for Joey Logano's win. So there's been a few made, but not a lot. So at least for me, when I find an ARCA car, I like to try and snatch it up because there's just not very many of them made. But I think that'll do it for us on today's RNN Diecast Review Flashback Friday. Cool stuff coming up here in a couple of weeks. Would be the the second week of December. We're going out to film some cool stuff here for you for the off season, so keep an eye out for that. If you're not following us already on social media, specifically Twitter, should be flashed up on the screen right now, our Twitter handle, so go give us a follow on there. We'll be tweeting out some teases and things like that when we're out filming this stuff, and of course as we get closer to releasing it, so it's some really cool stuff. I know you're gonna like it. So we do have that coming up, but otherwise here within the next couple weeks should just be diecast reviews, and any news that comes out we'll have that reported for you as well. So if you haven't done it already, go down below, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications so you don't miss any of that going forward here on RNN. And while you're down there, hit that big thumbs up button if you like the video. It's much appreciated when you do. So with that, this has been an RNN Diecast Review Flashback Friday. I'm Garth Allen for Racing News Now.